Welcome to Savage Tales, the place where the animal kingdom goes bump in the night and day. Ever wonder what it's like to come face to face with a wild beast? Think you've seen it all? Think again. I'm your guide, and here on Savage Tales, we explore the incredible, the terrifying, and the downright unbelievable stories of animal encounters. From monkeys taking over cities to close calls with predators, we'll dive deep into the why, the what, and the holy moly behind these encounters. So buckle up, hit that subscribe button, and get ready for a wild ride. Because on Savage Tales, the only thing wilder than the animals are the stories. One such tale is the tragic story of Deputy Mayor S. Singh Bajwa and his tragic encounter with a troop of monkeys. New Delhi, India's bustling capital, awoke to shocking news. The deputy mayor, a prominent figure known for his civic contributions, was dead. The cause? A fall from his balcony, attributed to a fatal encounter with a band of aggressive rhesus macaques. The tragedy sent shockwaves through the city, highlighting the escalating conflict between humans and monkeys. This wasn't just an isolated incident, it was a stark reminder of the growing monkey menace plaguing New Delhi. The deputy mayor's death brought to the forefront a simmering tension that residents have been grappling with for years. Monkeys, particularly the ubiquitous rhesus macaques, have become an inescapable part of the urban landscape. Their presence, once tolerated as a part of the city's ecosystem, has transformed into a daily nuisance, often escalating to outright aggression. The incident raised uncomfortable questions about the city's ability to manage its wildlife and ensure the safety of its citizens. The late afternoon sun beat down on New Delhi, casting long shadows across Deputy Mayor S. Singh Bajwa's first-floor terrace. He'd stepped outside for a breath of air, the city's constant hum a dull thrumming in his ears. Suddenly, a commotion erupted from the nearby trees. A troop of rhesus monkeys, emboldened by years of unchecked dominance, had spotted something interesting. Bajwa turned to see a flash of brown fur as a daring young monkey swung onto the railing of his balcony. It held aloft a glint of silver, a forgotten tea tin, likely containing leftover sweets from a recent guest. The other monkeys, a mix of ages and sizes, shrieked in excitement, their beady eyes fixed on the prize. Instinct took over. Years of frustration with the simian menace bubbled up within Bajwa. He lunged towards the balcony door, a can opener clutched in his hand, determined to chase the creatures away. Flinging open the door, he bellowed, his voice a challenge echoing into the still air. The monkeys scattered momentarily, startled by the outburst, but the young one with the tea tin clung stubbornly to the railing, chattering defiance. Fueled by a surge of adrenaline, Bajwa stepped onto the balcony, the rusty can opener glinting dangerously in the sunlight. The lead female, a battle-scarred matriarch with a knowing glint in her eyes, saw her chance. With a shrill screech that sent shivers down Bajwa's spine, she launched herself towards him. He raised the can opener in a futile attempt to ward her off, but the force of the impact sent him staggering backwards. A loose floorboard beneath his feet gave way with a sickening crack. Bajwa's world tilted on its axis as he lost his balance. He reached out desperately for the railing, his fingers brushing against the cold metal for a fleeting second. Then, with a gasp, he tumbled over the edge, the world rushing up to meet him in a dizzying blur. The monkeys watched in stunned silence as Bajwa's body hit the ground with a sickening thud. Their playful squabbling forgotten, they stood frozen, a chilling premonition settling over the scene. The once proud deputy mayor lay motionless, a victim not of human malice but of a primal struggle for dominance in the concrete jungle. Adding another layer of complexity to this human-wildlife conflict is the religious significance of monkeys in India. Revered as representations of the Hindu deity Hanuman, monkeys are often fed and protected by the public, further contributing to their growing numbers and emboldened behavior. This religious reverence has made it challenging to implement effective population control measures, as any action perceived as harming the monkeys is met with strong opposition. The monkeys, aware of their protected status, have become increasingly fearless and demanding. They have learned to associate humans with food and often resort to aggression and intimidation to get their way. This has created a climate of fear and resignation among some residents, who feel powerless to address the issue. The conflict between the monkeys and the city's residents is a microcosm of the larger challenge of managing wildlife in an increasingly urbanized world. As cities expand and human populations grow, encounters with wildlife are becoming more frequent and often more fraught with conflict. The conflict between humans and monkeys in New Delhi is not a recent development. For decades, the city has grappled with finding effective ways to manage the growing monkey population and mitigate the risks they pose to residents. Various strategies have been employed over the years, each with its own set of challenges and limited success. One approach involved relocating monkeys to forested areas outside the city limits. However, this proved to be a temporary solution, as the monkeys often found their way back to their familiar urban territories or were replaced by new troops moving in from surrounding areas. The city's interconnectedness and the monkeys' adaptability made relocation a logistical and ecological challenge. Another strategy involved sterilization programs aimed at controlling the monkey population growth. While this approach held some promise, it faced logistical hurdles in capturing and sterilizing a large and dispersed population of monkeys. Furthermore, the religious sentiments surrounding the monkeys made it difficult to implement such programs on a scale that would significantly impact their numbers. In a desperate attempt to curb the monkey menace, the city even resorted to employing langurs, a larger and more aggressive species of monkey, to scare away the smaller rhesus macaques. Langurs, with their imposing size and distinctive calls, were paraded through the streets by handlers, creating a temporary deterrent effect. However, this approach was met with criticism from animal welfare groups and proved unsustainable in the long run. The langur strategy, while initially effective, raised ethical concerns about using one species to control another, potentially disrupting the delicate balance of the urban ecosystem. Furthermore, the langurs themselves posed a potential risk to residents, as they were known to be aggressive and territorial. The use of langurs as a deterrent highlighted the desperation of the situation and the lack of effective solutions. It became evident that a more comprehensive and sustainable approach was needed to address the root causes of the monkey menace. The failure of traditional methods to control the monkey population has led to the exploration of more unconventional approaches. One such idea involved training a dedicated monkey task force. This force, composed of city workers, was tasked with capturing and relocating monkeys, as well as responding to distress calls from residents experiencing monkey-related issues. The monkey task force, armed with nets and cages, became a familiar sight on the streets of New Delhi. However, their efforts were often met with limited success, as the monkeys, agile and intelligent creatures, proved adept at evading capture. The sheer number of monkeys and their ability to disappear into the urban labyrinth made this a game of cat and mouse. The challenges faced by the monkey task force underscored the complexity of managing urban wildlife and the need for innovative solutions that went beyond traditional methods of capture and removal. It became increasingly clear that a more holistic approach, addressing the root causes of the conflict, was necessary. The monkey menace has divided the city of New Delhi. While many residents view the monkeys as a nuisance and a threat to their safety and well-being, others see them as sacred animals that deserve protection and respect. This clash of perspectives has made it challenging to find common ground and implement solutions that address the concerns of all stakeholders. Those who support the monkeys often cite their religious significance and the need to coexist with wildlife. They argue that the monkeys were here first and that humans have encroached upon their natural habitat. Feeding the monkeys is seen as an act of piety, and any harm inflicted upon them is considered taboo. On the other hand, those who bear the brunt of the monkey menace express frustration and fear. They point to the economic losses, health hazards, and psychological stress caused by the monkeys' aggressive behavior. For them, the monkeys are not harmless creatures, but a real and present danger that needs to be addressed. Wow, that was a wild ride, wasn't it? The Delhi monkey situation is a real head-scratcher. What do you think? Can humans and monkeys ever truly coexist in a city? Leave a comment below and let us know your thoughts. And don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell so you never miss a savage tale. Because in the animal kingdom, you just never know what's going to happen next. Until next time, stay safe out there. Savage tales, where the wild things are real.